Jimmy Page was born near London, England in January 1944, close to the end of the Second World War. In 1956, at age 12, he found a guitar in his parents' house, left behind by the previous homeowners. As a teenager, Jimmy devoted many hours to learning songs by Elvis Presley, Tim Burton, and popular blues artists of the day. While at art school in Surrey, Jimmy Page would play shows with various bands in and around London. In the early 1960s, Jimmy Page was getting a name for himself as a superior guitar player. In 1963, Jimmy was asked to record acoustic guitar on an instrumental track called Diamonds by Jet Harris and Tony Meehan. The song went to #1 in the charts. Soon after the success of Diamonds, Jimmy Page was doing studio guitar work for many big names, including the Kinks, The Who, Eric Clapton, Van Morrison, and even the Beatles. Jimmy Page is known to have played on hundreds of recordings by other artists, many of which enjoyed commercial success. By the late 1960s, Jimmy Page was looking to form a supergroup with the best musicians he could find. While not household names at the time, all the band members were respected in the London music scene for their obvious musical talents. In 1968, Jimmy Page, John Bonham, John Paul Jones, and Robert Plant became Led Zeppelin. Jimmy Page came up with the riff for Whole Lotta Love in the summer of 1968 while staying on his houseboat on the River Thames near London. He played the riff for the rest of the band during a rehearsal in his living room. They liked the riff so much they wanted to record it first and have it be the first song on their second album, Led Zeppelin II. The song was recorded at Olympic Studios London in April 1969 and released in October 1969. In the months between coming up with the riff and recording the song, Jimmy had turned the arrangement into a 5.5-minute experimental soundscape called Whole Lotta Love. He deliberately made the song long, with an extended experimental section. He also made the songs on the album run into each other to encourage radio stations to play the album as a whole. Led Zeppelin II became the #1 album in November 1969. Other hits in 1969 include Sugar Sugar by the Archies and Honky Tonk Woman by the Rolling Stones. The Abbey Road album by the Beatles was also very popular. While Led Zeppelin may seem tame compared to Pantera, they were pretty heavy compared to other acts of the time.